Hi guys, it's Risa. How you doing? So today I'm going to teach you how to make a really delicious shepherd's pie. Now, the great thing about it is it's with lentils. You know, I was getting tired of chicken and beef, and not that I eat a lot of beef, but turkey, and sometimes for my friends that are vegan or vegetarian, depending on how you make it, um, it's super easy and delicious. Now, if you want to sub in the lentils, yes, that's what I'm using. You can use whatever you want. If you really love your chicken and turkey meat, you can do that. So I'm going to tell you my ingredients, and then I'm going to tell you how I'm making it. I have started because otherwise I'm going to be here for 100 years. No, I'm just kidding. So if you like mushrooms, I've used 2 packages of CREMINI mushrooms. I love these mushrooms. You can use portobello or whatever, or none. I used, as you can see, I've started my cooking. It's eggplant, a large eggplant, and just sliced it up, but I'll get into that afterwards. I used 2 cans of lentils. Wash them really well, drain them really well, and dry them really well. Now you know that I love using the same words over and over again, so really well. If you want to use regular packaged lentils and cook them up, that's fine too. This is just an easy way, fast way if you're just in a rush. Or you just don't want to boil them up. But you can use vegetable stock or water or chicken stock, whatever you want to use to boil them up if you are using regular lentils, okay? And I'm using sweet potato for the top. I used 5 potatoes and nice sized potatoes. So I'm counting them as about 5 smart points each, so 25 for the recipe. Not bad. And I have a 9 by 13 pan, okay? Now, I also am using some fresh thyme. If you don't have fresh thyme, you can use dried thyme. And whatever, you know, seasoning that you like, you can play with this. If some of the things that I use that you don't want to use, look, I'm not a chef. I'm just a person that loves to cook, and I teach special ed. So this is how I do it, and you can change it up however you like. This is just a base. The other thing I'm using is just a package of frozen mixed vegetables. And if you want to use fresh vegetables, you can. And I used 3 cloves of fresh garlic and a large Vidalia onion, okay? So those are the main ingredients. Now I'm going to tell you what I did, and then I'll get to the seasoning, okay? Basically, I took the eggplant and I cut it up, and if you know you're doing this ahead of time, then you can marinate it the day before. So I put in, but it's not necessary, some balsamic vinegar, and I let it just like about 3 or 4 tablespoons, just so it covers it. And then I just pan fried it, because I find that when you pan fry it, it dries it out a bit so it's not so wet, okay? If you want to bake it, you can bake it as well, just a personal preference. With the mushrooms as well, I added some balsamic vinegar, again a tablespoon or so, and just let it sit and stir fried it up, okay? And then I just got rid of all the excess water, okay? You want it dry. Now, you see my frying pan over here. I took a large Vidalia onion and I sauteed it first. You guys know how to do that. Then I just added the lentils and 3 cloves of crushed garlic and added the package of the vegetables, okay? Now, if you're boiling the lentils, then you can add everything to it afterwards, but make sure you pan fry the onions first and saute it, then add it, okay? While that is all happening. Now you have a choice. You can boil your potatoes, but I decided to just put them on a cookie sheet like this. I've just been letting them cool. It's in my bowl. And I just added a little bit of cooking spray and some salt and pepper. And I'm just going to add this. I just love everything when it's roasted a little bit. It just gives it a lot of flavor. And that's going to be my topping. I'm not adding anything to it. I'm not adding any butter or margarine or maple syrup. But if you want to, you can. Okay, that's your choice. I might just add a little bit of fresh thyme on top and maybe some paprika just to make it look pretty. Okay, but it's so sweet. If you use regular potato, you can do that as well. So I'm going to just mash this up. I'm just going to start with my masher first and mash this up because this is going to be my topping. And the great thing about this is it makes quite a bit. You can keep it in the fridge for about 4 or 5 days, or you can freeze it and it'll last up to 4 weeks. So this is going to be a delicious meal that I'm going to have for either my lunches or for my dinner. And the great thing is you've got all those delicious vegetables and high protein already in it. So I've just been mashing it. I'm making up my own words here. Don't mashing it. Just mash it. Okay. Now, if you like a lot of garlic, you could even add some nice fresh garlic to this or garlic powder. Again, it's just a base, right? Alrighty. So I'm going to just take my hand mixer, bring it over, and I like them nice and whipped. So they're nice and creamy. But if you're not a big sweet potato fan and you like regular potatoes, you can do that as well. I just find because they're sweet, hence the name, I don't have to add anything more to it. So I'm just mashing it like that. Of course, I dropped something. Oh my goodness. All right. All right, I think that is done. And of course, I want all this goodness. All right, I think that's enough. And I'll bring it over to show you. Okay, here we go. You see that? All right, nice, creamy. I may have to do it again. I think it's pretty good. Even if it has a few lumps, that's okay. You can just do it how you like it. Right. And I'm just going to taste it because I did add a little bit of salt when I was baking it. Sweet potatoes are amazing. And give so much flavor. Okay. So in here, in this pan now, as I mentioned, I just used some garlic. And I'm just going to add a little bit of some pink Himalayan salt. Just a little bit. Salt brings out the flavor and everything. Just a drop of pepper. Just a little bit. I don't like tons and tons of pepper. I love Frank's hot sauce in almost all my recipes. So I'm just going to put a little bit, maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon. But I'm going to taste it and see. And a little bit of some Worcester. Again, maybe 1/4 teaspoon. And I'm going to just mix it up. Let me bring it over so you can see this goodness. The lentils look delicious. And I'm just going to see how that tastes. Yum. And I'm going to add a little bit more fresh thyme. Again, you just have to play with it and decide, you know, how much of whatever spice you're using you like. Because tasting is key. Just going to add some more because I like the fresh thyme flavor. And when it bakes, it's going to be even better. I wish you could smell it. It smells amazing. Okay. That's better. And I think it needs a little bit more salt. Okay. And if you're on a low sodium diet, you don't need so much salt. Now, I'm going to just add the mixture over the eggplant. And I'm going to take a spatula, like so, and just pour it over. I just want to see if you can see. I'm going to move the camera down so that you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, now you can see. Okay, so I'm just adding this over the top, all of it. I'm just going to press it down, just like this, right over the pan, in the pan rather, and then I'm going to add my mushrooms, and everything's is cooked. So 20 minutes or so in your oven, that's all it needs. And then the mashed, make sure this is nice and mashed. Just one more time, I'm just going to quickly, because I like it very creamy. And I think you're going to have a delicious, I know you're going to have a delicious meal. Okay, so now I'm just going to add this on top. And I'm going to press down just to make sure that I cover it as much as I can. Now, if you want to use more potatoes, you can. You want to make half the recipe, you can. It's very versatile. And again, you don't want it vegan and you want to add turkey meat or chicken, you can do that. And I'm counting this as 25 smart points for the whole recipe. Smooth it over. I like it all covered. And you're going to bake it for 25 minutes. I think I said that already. 20-25 minutes. You'll check it. And you have a delicious and nutritious meal. Okay. I hope you like this video. Remember, all my recipes are written underneath my video. So please share and subscribe and visit me at Risa's Recipes and Weight Watchers Tips. Bye for now.